Good evening, everyone. I hope we're all well and everything. Rigby here with the final race of the season here in SRL Tier 1. It's been a long year of racing for SRL. Obviously, our third season drawing to a close, which also brings an end to the actual game F1 2020. So let's hope for a race that justifies the amounts of fun and excitement this game has given us over the last 12 months or so. Championship is obviously decided. It was decided ages ago. Too Late Mate, I believe, is going to start from the back and do another last to first challenge. So that should be good for him. Got a couple of new additions, and we've got one very familiar face, particularly if you have followed the league from the very beginning. But we will talk more about that as we get into the action. Do let us know if you are watching. Let us know your thoughts on what you are seeing and all that sort of stuff. Looks like it's a little bit misty for qualifying here. Don't think it's going to rain, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if you're very eagle-eyed, you can see that we do have Frisky back for the league. We've missed him dearly over the last few months, or the last season I should say, and he's made a miraculous return. Must have been kicked out of all his other leagues and has been forced to come back to the SRL, but nevertheless we're happy to have him back, and let's see if he can bring some joy to that Williams team. Other additions that don't normally race in here is Nelly is racing in Tier 1. I'm not sure if it's for the first time, but he won the Tier 2/3 race in spectacular fashion. Needed a 6-second gap in the last 4 laps after a late safety car to win the race, and he absolutely smashed it. So he's going to be a big threat to everyone else in this league as Too Late Mate retires, confirming that he is starting from the back. But we'll see what Nelly can do. I think Neuro Pirate as well is another one that races in a Tier 2/3 race, so he's been given an opportunity in Tier 1, which is good to see as well. Let's see, looks like it's a very short lap around here. So it looks like LT Rocket is the first person across the line to start his lap, so we will stay on board with him. LT Rocket, who I am expecting to win this race. No, I'm just joking. He is a very good driver, so I would like it if he did have another good one. But we shall wait and see what happens. Keeps nice and steady, keeps it off the curbs as well, interestingly. Austria is definitely a track where momentum is key, and it looks like there's yellow flag in sector 2 for slow Mercedes. Don't know what's going on over there. But nevertheless, LT Rocket is going to cross the line first, so he's going to set the benchmarker. Flying the flag for Scotland, LC Rocker. It's a 103.9. Who is next across the line? I thought it was Harry Colley, but it isn't. It's Nelly who does a 103.1. That's mad. Frisky does a 104.1. Got anxieties about it in this lap. I think Max might be next across the line, and he is. It's a 103.1 to beat. And he hasn't beaten it. It's a 103.3. Still a good lap from him, but still a bit off the pace. We'll jump on board with Nico next, who interestingly is on the medium tyres, and it's a 104.9 for him. Meanwhile, Harry Colley across the line next, and it is a 103.3. Harry Colley knocks Max down to P4, and he jumps into P3. Looks like the racing point of Penna is next across the line, 103.5 for him. His teammate Neuro Pirate is a 104. It looks like Nico is going again, which he has the luxury of because he's on the medium tires. You might as well go again. So we'll stay on board with him. Looks like Frisky's coming across the line again. He does not improve on his time. Gaddy's on an outlap, so Maiden Turkey's in the pits. But so far, Nelly, after dominating Tier 2 and 3, as I already said, looks to is continuing his unbelievable form and is top of the Tier 1 standings after the first run of qualifying laps. Sensational stuff. I had the pleasure of losing to Nelly week in, week out in Season 2 and in Tier 4. I think he joined halfway through, if I'm not wrong in saying. And he's a very, very consistent driver and very quick. So, no surprise there. Oh, Frisky. Frisky, mate, that's not part of the track. You're meant to stay on the road, mate. Nevertheless, I'm sure he'll get it right eventually. See, is anyone on a fast lap at the moment? No. A couple of people have invalidated their lap. Maiden Turkey is on an outlap at the moment. Got his ID going very slow. He's obviously ran out of fuel. Yeah. Stay on board with Maiden Turkey for now, I would say. Who is currently in P2 at the moment with that 103.2, so he's just under a 10th behind Nelly's provisional pole time so far. And looking at the how quick some of these guys have gone already, they're definitely going to get into the 102s, I'd say. It's looking very cloudy. I wish when you did stream these races, like, you would be able to be given the weather information. Hopefully that's maybe something that's going to get added in the future. But anyway, Maiden Turkey starts his second run at qualifying. We'll stay on board with him for now, using all the curb. Throws the car in very nicely. Now it's a run up to the hill. Again, he's not going to use the curb this time. And just does miss the apex a little bit there. Well, the inside one, but he reached the outside one a bit instead. So a good run from Maiden Turkey. Does have a boss name as well. I do rate that. Again, keeping it nice and tidy. This is looking like a very, very quick lap for him. He's just got to navigate these final couple of corners where you have to throw the car in and pray that you don't go wide. Oh, he does. The commentator's curse. I'm sorry, Maiden Turkey. I'm sorry, lad. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to jinx you. Hello, Frisky. Oh, mate, I've only been saying nice stuff. You totally don't need to go and rewatch the stream to double check that being nice. Oh, the bell. Oh, it's good to see you though, mate. I'm really glad that you're back in the league for the final race of the season. As Nico, currently in P10 at the moment, looking to improve. He is going to set a lap time here, and it is going to be a 103.6. That's a huge improvement. That's about a 1.3 second improvement on his original time. So fair play to him. I think it's isn't it? Maiden Turkey's validated his lap, so it's not going to be him to cross the line next. Go of Anxiety's on a fast lap. He's going past Harry Cully. Go of Anxiety, we know he's got a fast lap in him. He's had some strong qualifying performances this season. It's been the races where he's just not quite found that consistency. And he does a purple sector too. Is he going to be able to challenge Nelly's time, who's just on an outlap at the moment? He's really throwing the car. Oh, just a little bit too much. And once again, the commentator's curse hits another driver. Neuropyro across the line. 103.8 for him. Frisky on his lap as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Elstrocker getting out of the way. Penna, I think, is he going to be the next to cross the line? I think so. He's got a Red Bull to his side. That is Yari, who's well out the way. But it's high-risk strategy stuff, this, in qualifying. Penna, across the line. It's a 103.2. Brilliant lap from him. Up to P3 he goes. Frisky, meanwhile, will jump on board with him as I'm getting soaked because I've left my window open and it's decided to start torrential rain in here in Scotland. Nevertheless, Frisky throwing the car in. Can he keep the car on the track? He can. It's going to be an alright lap this, you know, from Frisky. It's a 103.6. He's up into P8. Penna is on a flat. Elsie has ran out of fuel, so it's not going to be hit. Meanwhile, Yari has obviously means he is currently in P11. Elsie stays well out the way of the Red Bull driver. The ball keeps it on the track, and it's a 102.8 for Yari. He goes provisional pole. Outstanding lap from Yari. He was very close to running wide at the end, Yari, and he just had enough momentum on the car just to push it back onto the track and keep his lap validated. Meanwhile, Frisky crossed the line again. He has ran wide, and he'll have to jump in the pits for another set of tyres. But outstanding stuff from Yari, really is. Meanwhile, Nelly, though, is improving. He wants that pole position back. He liked being at the front, and he'd like to get back there if he can. Nelly really throwing the car in now. Oh, yeah, he did run wide. He just bumped. He took a little bit of a bump as he went around the final corner, and it just sent him far too wide. There was nothing he could do. But I'm sure he'll be able to improve on his time and on his final run. Meanwhile, Made in Turkey is now down in P5. It's going to improve, and it is going to be a 102.9. It's not good enough for provisional pole, but it is P2, and it's a Red Bull front row at the moment. Good stuff from both of them drivers. Nico is on a lap now. Just started it. Currently in P10 at the moment. Is anyone else on a lap at all? Made in Turkey is, I think, going again here, so must have thingy the car bit, so we'll check out of him in a bit. Nelly's jumping back in the pits, Max is in the pits, Penna's in the pits. Go of Anxiety's on an out lap here. Oh, well, he was on an out lap, but he's decided to jump into the pits again. Meanwhile, LC Rocker is letting his teammate go by, so we'll jump on board with Nico as he comes onto the final sector of the lap. Nice run there, Nico. Nice and steady. He's going to improve. By how much? Oh, he isn't going to improve actually. So 104, he's 4/10 off his time. Unlucky for him. And with just over 5 minutes of qualifying left, LC Rocker currently in P7. Only 3 or 4 tenths off pole position, but oh shit, it's fine margins. It's easy to it's not too hard to drive on. It's difficult to master. As Nico, what's happened to him? He seems to have spun it, which is not ideal. Feels good to be back. Thrown into this one should be fun. Oh, that's what we like to hear, Frisky lad. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, mate. And to be fair, you're not bottom so far, so keep improving. The Renaults at the moment have the track all to themselves, as everyone else is in the pits. In fact, I can see a racing point has just left. LC Rocker is going to do a 103.4 and he stays P7. Not quite able to improve on his time. Penna is on an outlap at the moment. It's been a very good qualifying so far with Penna. To be careful, he had to get the car off the grass there very quickly. Maybe just a bit of lax of concentration. No harm done. It's going to be needs to be a mega push from someone though to beat these Red Bulls at the moment. Though I've got to say, they have really raised the bar in this qualifying session. As you can see, more cars are now leaving the pits with about 3 minutes or so left. As long as you leave the pits with about 2 minutes to go, or even 1 minute, it's only a minute or so per lap, so you can leave it quite late. I would say leave a minute and a half just to be sure. Be back on the track with a minute and a half to go, I mean. Anyway, Penna, let's see if he can improve. We'll stay on board with him for his lap. As he uses all the curve into sector 2. As now it's about trusting that when you turn in, you're going to hit the apexes and maintain the speed and the momentum throughout the rest of the lap. As he's got to be careful here. I think there's a McLaren just up ahead, but he's going to be alright. Penna. That's a nice speed run, that. It's going to be a nice lap this from Penna. 103.1, he's up to P4 now. Decent stuff from him. Very decent stuff. Go of anxiety in sector 2 of his lap now. Currently his fastest is a 103.272. About half a tenth or so behind his teammates. Hopefully Go of Anxiety's put enough fuel in the car to go again here. It's a 102.9, he's up to P3 now. Onto the second row he goes. Very good lap. And I think he might have put more fuel in the car, so he can go again straight away. He's going to be a dangerous car on track for those two Red Bulls. Who's next? I think Harry Colley's going to cross the line next. Yep. As Penna retires from the session, that is his qualifying over with. Meanwhile, Harry Colley across the line, 103.2. He stays P8, I think. Nico is just crossing the line for his outlap. Meanwhile, Maiden Turkey will be hoping to steal pole position off his teammate. Nelly on an outlap as well. With about 40 seconds left to go, you have to cross the line before it hits 0 to go again. Otherwise, that is your qualifying over with when you cross the line. Meanwhile, Yari has gone even faster. He's done a 102.7 to just cement that Kushti position he has at the top. What can Nelly do to beat that? Or his teammate, as a matter of fact. As the Gut of Anxiety retires, that's the end of his qualifying. Maiden Turkey goes purple, sector 2. Is he improving enough to challenge Yari's time? And that is the end of qualifying now. So once you cross the finish line, that is it. Can Maiden Turkey keep it on the track? Oh, it's not wide. And Yari will be delighted about that. As I think it's just Nelly left doing a lap. As Altiroc has been disqualified from the session for going the wrong way. Meanwhile, Nelly, currently in P4. Can he improve? Nelly, across the line. It's a 102.9. He's up to P3. Sensational stuff from Nelly. As Frisky jumps into the pits. And that is the end of qualifying. And in the last race of the season, it is a Red Bull front lockout at the front of the grid. Jari on pole position. Maiden Turkey takes P2. Nelly outstandingly gets P3. That's an amazing performance in qualifying from him. The GOAT is on the second row with him. Penna and Max are on the third. Harry Colley will be joined by a certain wee Frisky Biscuit on the fourth row. Nico and Nuro are on the fifth row. And, well, if I haven't said your name, that means you're outside the top 10. But LT Rocker, actually, with that disqualification, I was wondering where he was. He's actually had his lap time taken away because he's been disqualified, and he's at the back of the grid now. So that's a real shame for him. He's going to be doing the last of first challenge with Too Late Mate then, by the looks of things. So let's see what weather we're going to have for the race. It's going to be nice sunny conditions. Perfect if you are racing in this tier. If you were watching, you maybe would have wanted some rain. But it's still going to be a very exciting race to finish the season. We'll see if Too Late Mate can win another race for the season to finish off his second Tier 1 championship in style. Can Nelly win his second race of the day to really put himself on the map in the top tiers of SRL? Can Frisky keep it on the track? We'll have to find out. Feels odd watching Tier 1. It feels odd not having you in the race, Joe, mate. Massively shame that you are not on the grid. You've given us some fantastic moments this season. But I do hope you enjoy the race nonetheless. And I hope you are doing well as well. But no surprise with strategy, obviously top 10 all had to start on the softs, and Too Late Mate and LT Rocker deciding to start on the mediums. It's a no-brainer there for me, that one. But we'll see if Jari can win this race. He's done the hard part, he's put the car on pole, now can he finish it? I've got to say though, I think Nelly is going to be he's going to be very difficult to stop today. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'm looking forward to this race. It's going to be a one-stop, I'd say so. The guys on the mediums will probably try and stretch those out to get on the softs. If you're on the soft, if you pit between 12 and 14, you're probably going to jump on the hards. If you go on the mediums, you're going to be struggling at the end. And of course, safety cars can throw up a huge surprise as well. As the Red Bulls really did power away to get onto the grid before anyone else. But here we go. The cars are all on the grid. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for the final race of the season of F1 2020. It's a good start from Jari. Covers off his teammate. Nearly trying to go on the outside of Maiden Turkey. And there was a little bit of contact made. He's managed to hold on to the position, has the Red Bull driver. He'll have the inside line, and he will just hold off. Meanwhile, Max has gained the position. He's up to P5 alongside his teammate now. As Nelly has started this race off very quickly. He's not hanging about, but has to. He's not going to get past Made in Turkey on that particular occasion. Meanwhile, the Neuro Pirate's got himself up to P8. That's a good start from him. Frisky's had not a great start. He's dropped down a few positions. And LC Rocker's managed to get ahead of Too Late Mate off the start as well. But after the first lap, very clean start to the race. Is Yari still ahead? Made in Turkey second. We'll have to wait for the standings to fix themselves. Unfortunately, Max, you are not ahead in this race. You're not too far ahead, behind, sorry. But you are certainly not winning it. There we go, it's now fixed. Yeah, leave it on interval. We battle between Harry Cully and Penna potentially. Harry got a decent exit there. He's not going to quite get past Penna here, but if he can stay with him, he might be able to get him on the start finish straight potentially. As there's already a gap forming between all the cars behind Harry Cully. There's already a 1.8 second gap between him and Neuro Pirate, who's in P8 at the moment. Let's see, can Harry... Ooh, lost the back end just slightly a little bit there, and that might have affected his momentum going up the hill. As we jump back towards the front. Made in Turkey just starting to create a little bit of a gap between him and Nelly. Still not outside of DRS, of course, but still pretty decent. As Frisky's managed to get himself up to P8. A lot of battling going on at the back of the grid. We'll jump on board with that. As here comes, you can see Too Late Mate in the background. LC Rocker had to be really careful on those that curb there. As Nelly's picked himself up the first penalties of the race. Meanwhile, Too Late Mate, you think it's going to get past Neuro Pirate here. He has got. You can just hear that DRS being activated. But he's not quite going to get past yet. He's going to have to wait till they get up the hill just here. And here he goes. Goes on the inside. Not quite able though to get past No Pirate, who just got a much better exit, but Too Late Mate. Can he get him on with the inside line? Nico gets himself onto the grass there. That's not going to help him. And No Pirate's gone very deep there. And you would say, after a little tap, Too Late Mate is now past, and he's up to P11. Meanwhile, the two Renaults scrapping it out for P9 potentially. Nico will know who's behind him and will be thinking, I want to get past my teammate because I don't want to have to fight against Too Late Mate. We're going to jump on board with the battle between Max and his teammate, the Goat. And Max gets through and he's up to P4. And now Penna might get past the Goat as well. Oh, a late move on the inside. A little tap as well. A little love tap to the Goat there, who just holds on to the position. Penna might try again here though. And he will. He goes straight for the inside line. A bit of contact, I think, allows the Goat to go through. realised he did go a little bit deep there, fair play to him, and he holds on to, he stays P6 for now. Meanwhile, Nelly is a huge battle between the top three here, as Yari managed to stay in front of Maiden Turkey, and that's allowed Nelly to get right on the back of him again. Nelly has got about half of his ERS left at the moment. If these three start battling, it could bring Max Jong and the Goats back into play. Meanwhile, looks like Penna has got past the Goat that time. Oh, and the Goat has gone onto the gravel, and he's contact between him and Harry there. The Goat just he had to try and get back onto the track because otherwise he was going to spin out completely. But that meant he ended up going right into Harry Cully's path. And eventually the McLaren does get past, but that could have been very nasty. Meanwhile, Too Late Mate continuing his charge, trying to get past LT Rocker. Gets a very nice exit out of turn 1, and with the help of a little bit of his ERS, he will get past the red Owens up to P9. Meanwhile, this yellow flag's in sector 2, and Penna has spun and he is out of the race and becomes our first. I wonder if this is going to bring out a safety car. His car's not in a great position on the track. Still no safety car been announced. As it looks like the Goat of Anxiety is going to pull the trigger first and jump into the pits. And there will be no safety car. You can see that Penna's Racing Point car has been cleared away. So we can go racing once again. Too Late Mate up to P7 now. He's going to try and get past Frisky. And I don't even think he's going to defend against this one, Frisky. And he's up to P6 already, Too Late Mate. So just have a wee look at the tyres. Interesting that the Goat decided to jump in into the pits early on here. Don't know whether he had some damage potentially. Meanwhile, LC Rocker is now getting on the back of the Williams driver. If you can get a nice exit here, he could make this move going up the hill where we've seen a couple of overtakes already so far. But he's not quite close enough. Meanwhile, we're going to jump right up ahead as Maiden Turkey is just about 2 or 3 tenths behind his teammate still. With Nelly just about 5 or 6 tenths behind at the moment. Meanwhile, Yari, that's not a good run out of the second to last corner at all there. He's got well out of shape there, and that might allow Maiden Turkey to gain on him a little bit, as Max has now got a penalty. It's obviously a track where, obviously high risk, high reward, so it's very easy to pick up penalties. and it can be very costly, particularly if there's a safety car towards the end of this race. So you need to bear in mind that, these drivers. But we're on lap 10. We'll have a look at the tyres. Most on softs will be pitting in a couple of laps, you would imagine. Maiden Tiger, I think he had a little look there at Yari, but was never going to dive bomb on his teammate there. Meanwhile, LT Rocker is going side by side with Frisky. There's a little bit of contact between the two. Frisky's going to hold on to the position, is he? And unlike the real F1 drivers where we saw a couple of instances, but in that particular corner, LT Rocker was sensible enough to yield that position for now. But he's got DRS here. There's looks like Too Late Mate's gonna maybe get past Harry Cully there. Not quite the. Oh, Frisky's gone very wide. He's missed the corner completely, and LT Rocker will say thank you very much to that position. Meanwhile, Too Late Mate trying to get past Harry Cully. We know Harry is not someone that's going to give up a position lightly, but he had no answer to Too Late Mate's medium tyres, and he's now up to P5. I wonder, out of these three, who's going to pull the trigger first into the pits? You would think that Yari will be going in first between the two Red Bulls. You wonder if Nelly is going to try something different to maybe get maybe both of these or one of these in the pits. We'll have to wait and see, as Frisky is now dumping into the pits along with Harry Cully. And it is the hard tyres going on to the McLaren. For Frisky, it is the medium tyres. Interesting stuff. Main Turkey is going for it here. He's got the inside on it, on Yari. And he's got the move done, and Maiden Turkey takes the lead of this race, and potentially has now got the choice of strategy. So we'll see here if Maiden Turkey's going to jump into the pits. He'll move to the right just now. He's not going to. Neither is Yari. Nelly's going to stay out for now as well. That was a really nice move from Maiden Turkey. He waited until he had enough momentum and knew that when he did go for the move, he was going to make it stick. He's right a little bit wide there. Might have took a wee corner cutting warning there. As Frisky, how many penalties has Frisky got? He's got 6 seconds now. Hello Witcher mate, welcome to the stream lad, I hope you're doing well. Sad to see that you weren't racing today mate, but I understand if you just don't feel up to it, you just don't feel up to it. But I hope you are doing well lad, all the same. So Maiden Turkey is going to stay out again, as is Yari. And Nelly is going to pull the trigger, and he is going to pit first out of the top 3, as Yari's got himself a 3-second time penalty. So the ball is really in Nelly's court at the moment. Let's see what tyres he's going to jump onto. And it is the medium tyres. So where is he going to come out of? You can see the Renault drivers have just gone past. Just coming past, I should say, sorry. Yeah, you'll come out P7. Hello, Mavs, mate. I hope you're doing well, lad. Could have been better, but still okay. F1's here to chat to you, mate, if you're not feeling too good. Meanwhile, Harry Cully getting out of sorts a little bit there. Neuro Pirate might fancy a move on the McLaren here. On those soft tyres, Harry will not yield, we know that. And he does not show him any room at all there. Goes right across him to hold on to the position. Meanwhile, back out in front, it's Made in Turkey that pits. Yari stays out. Max has picked himself up a 5-second time penalty in the pit lane. That is definitely not ideal. As that will drop him a few places. So it's only the current top 4 that are to pit now. Of course, LT Rocker and Too Late Mate started on the medium tyres, so they will probably not be pitting for a while still. But Yari, you would suspect is going to come in next. Obviously, he was not going to come in with his teammate because he would have been stuck behind him in the pit lane queuing up, and you're stacking up. Sorry, you don't do that. I would expect Yari to come in now and jump onto the medium tyres potentially. Yari running a little bit wide, goes across the line, but no harm done, nowhere near him to be fair. So let's see. I can see Too Late Mate coming in across the start finish straight, so he's going to take the lead of this race. What tyres is Yari going on to? It is the mediums. So you can see LT Rocker is going to go through. Got a bit of a glitch there. Nelly has managed to jump both Red Bulls with that earlier pit stop, and is effectively in the lead of this race. So brilliant strategy from him. I'm good. Taking a break into the next game, and we'll be back better and stronger. That's what we like to hear, Mavs, mate. It's towards the end. There's only a week or so left, a week or two left till the new game comes out. Recharge the batteries and go again next season, mate. Absolutely. But somebody who will be hoping, will sure be disappointed that we're not doing another season on this game is Nelly, because he is absolutely flying here. Obviously won the race in Tier 2/3 before, was invited into Tier 1 because of the pace he showed, and is now leading this race effectively due to LT Rocker and Too Late Mate not pitting yet. And he's actually going to get past LT Rocker now, Nelly. Good stuff. So Made in Turkey will need to try and clear the Renault as quick as possible. He doesn't want to be getting held up. He wants to be getting back after Nelly, if possible. But interestingly, only 3 drivers now without a penalty. That is Nico, LT Rocker and Too Late Mates. So fair play to them, no matter where you are on the track, to not have a penalty by this stage of the race. A hats off to you. Made in Turkey is going to go for the move here. He'll have the inside line, and he will get past LT Rocker, and he is up into P3. Meanwhile, somebody who really has lost out in the pit lane is Yari. He's now 1.8 seconds off LT Rocker, so he's really lost a lot of ground on Made in Turkey and Nelly, which he won't be happy about. Hello, Lenikovsky. I hope you're doing well, mate. If you're known by a more common name in the league, do let me know. I can't keep up with everyone's names on Twitch compared to Discord, but welcome to the stream, mate. I hope you're doing well. We're going to jump on the battle for P8 between Neuro Pirate and Harry Cully. Neuro Pirate now, so they will be starting to die off over the next couple of laps. Meanwhile, Harry Cully's hard tyres should be just getting stronger and stronger. Meanwhile, Yari, brilliant exit. LC Rocker goes off the track into turn 1, and Yari is through up to P4 now, effectively P3. Why does my stream keep like freezing? Do let me know, guys, if the stream does go off or stuff like that, because my computer's having an absolute nightmare. You are a new driver in SRL. Oh, nice one, mate. Welcome to the league. Unfortunately, you've joined when we're just finishing the season and getting ready to jump onto the new game. But I'm sure you'll join us for the new game and have some good races. Let's have a look at the penalty situation. So Nelly has 9 seconds, so that's really not ideal for him. So Main Turkey has him on penalties currently. There's yellow flags in sector 3. It's a Mercedes that's going slow, and it's Max who's had either a spin or has had a little bit of contact, and he's down to P10, and that's a massive shame for him, as he now rejoins at the back of the grid. Unlucky Max. And there's more yellow flags sector 2. Not sure if it's Max who's spun again there. Nevertheless, we continue racing with just about 16 laps left to go. So we're just about more than halfway through this final race of the season. You can see Harry Collins got himself up to P6 now. Neuro Pirate had a little bit of a moment and has just dropped off a little bit more on the McLaren driver. As the Goat of Anxiety does jump into the pits for his second pit stop, and does run right in the pit lane, something that I did in my own race, just going a bit too fast in the pit lane. But I'm not sure what's I guess I've missed some stuff, because now Nelly has dropped himself down behind both Red Bull drivers, so apologies for missing that. And that's not ideal for him. Meanwhile, Too Late Mate now does pit, as does LC Rocker. So now everyone has pitted, and it's going to be the soft tire for Too Late Mate, as Nelly's picked up another penalty, which is really not going to help him at the end. But Too Late Mate is going to be very, very dangerous. He's now on soft tyres to the end. He's got about 12 second gap to make up. But I wouldn't bet against him. So if we have a look to the leader, Nelly has got a good gap to Harry Cully. Obviously with the penalties as well, so he's not going to drop very low. As Yari goes for the move on his teammate Made in Turkey, and he retakes the lead of the race. Brilliant move from Yari. Yeah, who of course does have the the luxury of 3 seconds on his teammate in terms of penalties, so he's surely going to be our favourite to win now. As there's yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Not sure who it's for. So maybe some incidents at the back, potentially. And Goat of Anxiety has now retired in the pit lane, and he becomes the second DNF of the race. So that's a shame for him. Meanwhile, Too Late Mate sets the fast lap of the race with a 104.7 on those fresh soft tyres. He's closed the gap by about 1.4 seconds or so on that first lap, has Too Late Mate, so he is catching Nelly, and with 12 laps to go, you would say it's not going to be long before he catches him, and he doesn't really need to catch him because of the penalty difference as well. But you know something, knowing Too Late Mate? He will not be looking at just getting P3, he'll be thinking he can still win this race. But after all the pit stops, the field has just spread out a little bit. Not too many battles happening on track at the moment. The closest one is between the two Red Bull teammates, as Nero Pirate joins Max on 6 seconds of penalties. Oh my word, Yari's just pinged it! Oh my word, Yari had the win! And he's lost it! And he's thrown away the win! I don't believe it, Yari! What have you done? Oh, Yari. It's not Christmas for another 5 months, and that you've handed Made in Turkey an amazing opportunity to win this race. Unbelievable. He jumps into the pits. Oh, Yari. He'd driven such a good race. He took pole position in qualifying. And he's just lost it on the curb. It looks like he's lost it on his own accord. And oh, I don't believe it. Oh, Yari. Mad. So what that has done to the standings now is that Made in Turkey, so he has a 6-second gap in terms of penalties to Nelly. So he's not. If I was Made in Turkey, I really wouldn't be worrying too much about Nelly, as long as he doesn't get past him, of course. I'd be more worried about Too Late Mate's pace, which is strong, and he's now about 7.56 seconds behind Nelly. And crucially, Too Late Mate only has to catch Made in Turkey by under 3 seconds to win the race, because of penalties, also he doesn't get another one. Where did Jari come out? He came out P7. Oh, he'll be fuming. He'll be absolutely fuming. What is the Dutch word for "oh cock"? Because Yari needs it. Oh, I'm gutted for him. He's a top man. He works really hard for the league to keep everyone together and to organise the commentary team, make sure everyone attends the races on a Sunday. It would have been nice for him to round off a difficult not difficult, but round off the season with another win, but a driver error has cost him. Meanwhile, yellow flags in sector 1, and Max has now spun it again. And that's actually brought out a safety car. Oh no. And all of a sudden, the likes of Made in Turkey, Harry Cully, especially Nelly, they are all gonna drop a few positions because of the penalty difference. Does anybody have any tyres remaining to jump into the pits? Frisky saying that he is screwed. Have you... Oh, yeah, a little bit. Let's have a look at the tyres. I mean, have you done front wing damage or something, Frisky? Is that what you're saying? Is that why you're saying that you're screwed? As Nelly, they all do jump on into the pits. Now, what tyres have they got left? They got soft. Made in Turkey does. Nelly does as well. You and Nelly are screwed. Absolutely, mate. Is that Made in Turkey? Is that anorexic? Giesen? Is that you, lad? Oh, 50 seconds of penalties. Okay, yeah, Frisky definitely screwed. Yeah. Oh, I mean, everyone with penalties. That is a nightmare. So, unbelievably, Yari might still win this race because he's in P4, he's pitted already, obviously, and he's on the soft tyres already. It's going to be a straight fight between himself and Too Late Mate. LT Rocker, the two Renaults, are they on fresh soft? They are, so they're going to be very strong at the end as well. But oh my god, if Yari ends up winning this race, I mean, I think I'm finished. I think I've seen everything. But that is the penalty situation for those of you that are interested in seeing. Safety car is still out. I think the likes of Neuro Pirates and the Renault drivers they're all going to catch up to the back of the field in just a moment. So hopefully we're going to have only one more lap under the safety car. Frisky for the win. Should we just wipe all your penalties, Frisky lad, and just give you the win for just returning? I think we should. But we're about to see an incredible sprint to the finish now, as the likes of Made in Turkey, potentially, Too Late Mate, Yari, the ones on between 3 and 6 seconds, desperately trying to stretch the gap to keep their positions. The safety car is in this lap, so Made in Turkey will slow the pack down a little bit here and let the safety car shoot off into the distance to jump into the pits. Now the decision for Made in Turkey is, does he slow up the pack and try and catch them all out, or does he just gun it straight away? It looks like to me that he's gonna try and catch them out, and there he goes. Nelly though didn't get caught out at all. And he's had a very good restart as well, have both of these drivers. So Nelly gets a decent exit. He's got loads of ERS spare, as I'm sure does Made in Turkey. I don't think he's going to be able to get past. Meanwhile, there goes, you can see Too Late Mate trying to defend against Yari here. But Nelly straight away showing his pace. He's already pulled off a 1 second gap. Not 1 second, sorry, I forgot I had it on leader. He's about 5/10 away from Too Late Mate at the moment. Great commentating, Rigby once again. Getting caught up on all the action. So 4 laps to go here. And it looks like LC Rocker's picked himself up a penalty. So it's only 3 seconds, so it will still mean he will pick up a few positions, but he's not going to be able to snatch the win, I don't think. Unless he gets past Yari and Too Late Mate. But Nico is in a very good position in P9, but is now the only person without a penalty. So as long as he keeps the gap at 106 seconds, he would be able to get past Made in Turkey, but the gap is just slowly increasing above that. As DRS is now enabled with just 4 laps to go here in Austria. As they go up the hill, Frisky's picked himself up another penalty. Frisky going for the world record for the most penalties around Austria. I guess he's got to win some sort of award today. Meanwhile, Nelly closes up on the Red Bull, but not close enough to make a move. Meanwhile, Too Late Mate just biding his time. He doesn't have to pass these to win now, as Made in Turkey has 6 seconds, Nelly has 12 seconds. So we'll just very calmly watch this battle unfold, knowing that he's going to win this race and complete his last to first challenge. Meanwhile, Yari, the man who had the win in his grasps until he lost it and put it in the wall, but has had been given a second chance to still get a good result, and he's going to go for a move here on the McLaren of Harry Cully. Harry's not going to make it easy. A little bit of contact between the two, but Yari here gets a good exit, using all the rest of his ERS to try and lunge a move on. Harry's going to have to go the long way round, but Harry holds on to the position. Nice defending from Harry. Meanwhile, Too Late Mate is just starts to put the pressure on Nelly. Nelly, who unfortunately is going to drop 6, could drop to about P5, P6 I think with the penalties. Unfortunately for him. Meanwhile, we had a look there. Too Late Mate just didn't quite, just needed a little bit of a longer bit of track to make the move happen. So Maiden Turkey, he's got to get that gap to over 3 seconds to win this race, or he needs Too Late Mate to get another penalty. And we are on the last lap of the race here. Max has picked himself up another penalty, so he looks like he's trying to rival Frisky for the most penalties in this race. But Nelly, can he get past Maiden Turkey and at least across the line, the winner of the race? Too Late Mate, biding his time. Oh, Maiden Turkey had a little bit of a moment there, and that's going to allow Nelly to get past. They side by side here. They don't need to be fighting this hard at the end of the race. Goodness me. Oh my man, please be careful. Please be careful. And he just holds on, Maiden Turkey. Very wheel-to-wheel action between the two. And Nelly's picked himself up another penalty as well because of that, which is not ideal. So Maiden Turkey is going to cross the line as the leader, but Too Late Mate wins the race on penalties. Yari amazingly has got himself up into P2. That's an amazing finish to the race from him. I think Maiden Turkey took P3 there as well, with penalties, if I'm not mistaken. But what an end to the race. Unlucky for Nelly, but that is the margin to... That is the difficulty of in this tier. You have to try and minimise those penalties because against these tougher drivers, the gaps will not be as wide. But it was still a very, very good race, and he was always near the front, so fair play to him for that. The Red Bulls finish off this season with a double podium. They'll be happy with that, although I'm sure both drivers would have liked to have been on the top of the podium. But Too Late Mate finishes the season in style, getting P1. As I said, Yari and Maiden Turkey take P2 and 3. Nico, fantastic stuff from him. Without getting a penalty, ended up going from P9 all the way up to P4. Terrific stuff. LT Rocker P5, Pirate P6, Harry P7, Nelly drops to P8 in the end. Frisky 21 seconds of penalties, my god. P9, Max P10, and the Goat and Penna unfortunately DNF'd from the race. But with that, that brings an end to SRL on F1 2020. It's been a pleasure to commentate for you of 3 incredible seasons in the top tier of SRL. And I'm sure on the next game the racing will be just as good. But that is it from me. I hope you all enjoy your wee break, if you like, off season. I hope you all enjoy the new game, and get practicing for the start of season 1 on F1 2021. But until then, guys, take care, all the best, and I will see you all later. Ta-ra.